Rock on. Woo! I know, isn't that a great intro? Gotta love it. Well, welcome everybody. Thanks for coming back another week to Murph and Dirk Duke It Out.
Hail
the chat. It looks like we got Crazy Matt in the house right now. That's about all we got. We don't have a lot of people watching right now. So I wonder what's happening that they're not watching us. What is on? What's going on? Why aren't they here?
Is there anything going on?
Yeah, it's what I don't know. Maybe. Could be.
Is there Cyber Tuesday? Black Friday deals still going on?
Have no idea.
People at Best Buy getting TVs?
No, they're at Kmart getting blue light specials.
Kmart is dead.
Oh, okay.
I think.
So blue light special is the way to go. So
that never exists. That's a lie. That's an urban legend.
Is it? I even had a picture of it in the intro. Did you see it right at the end, right before it fades and comes to us?
But was that a real picture or AI generated?
It's real. Totally real. Totally
Have you ever seen blue light in your life?
Yeah, I grew up with Kmart, man. That's where we went all the time.
Other than Kmart, name one blue light where you'd see a blue light.
Where you'd see a blue light? It's Kmart. Yeah. Kmart's the blue light.
And I just said, outside of Kmart, give me where you'd see a blue light. So you can't even do it.
They
don't exist.
Oh my gosh. This is painful. Painful.
If you can't give me an example of a blue light, it seems like I'm right.
Well, really, there was no blue light. It was more specials of products in the store, and that's how they got your attention. And they would put an announcement out and say, pay attention to the blue light special over in hardware. And then it would be like they're selling hammers for something special, like special price. Who knows? Any product, pick a product.
They're selling hammers for whatever.
Yeah. Well, that's what they did. It's so true. It was cool. Man.
Did it not work? Because why does no one else do it? Why doesn't Walmart do it?
Meyer did not a blue light, but they had this like a flashing yellow light they were doing, and it was like flashing throughout the store. It was like they would put it up high and it would flash, and they did it. I saw a guy come and he was trying to sell knives or something, just dumb. But
wait, isn't Meyer a food store? Do you mean Menards or no?
Nope, Meyer.
Myers only sells food, right?
No, they're like a
Walmart.
Yeah, they're like a super Walmart. So they have the food and the
well, they're bigger than Walmart
stuff. No, but before Walmart became a super center, Meyer had that going on before Walmart took it on. For sure. And then Walmart started doing it and getting big.
Back home in Scranton, PA, we had a place called Sugarman's that did that, and Hills. Did you guys have Hills?
Mm-hmm.
Hills would have ices and popcorn. As a little kid, that's all I wanted to do is go there and get me an icy with some popcorn.
But Hills went to crap, man, and then they died out fast.
Do you know
they died bad? Sorry.
I got when Superman was killed. I got the 5 or 6 comics from Hills.
Nice.
You know how there was 4 Superman after he died. So I had the thing that he died, and then they had the covers were weird. You get an all white cover or an all black cover. There was a gimmick with it, and I got them all from Hills, thinking I'd make money off of them.
Oh, that's cool. Hey, Jim, thanks for coming by. Hills had snacks.
It did.
And that's what he was talking about. Yep.
Ices. Yeah.
So
I haven't had icy in a long time.
Yeah, we used to get ices at 7-Eleven, but I don't know. After that, didn't really get ices anymore. But yeah, ices used to be good. I used to like them.
Wait, you stopped because of 7-Eleven, or you just grew out of it?
I think I just grew out of it. Just stopped. We got into other things. So, yeah. But
what about smokers?
What?
Never mind. I was gonna bring in snow cones, but I don't know where this is gonna go.
You couldn't just get snow cones like at a store. You usually had to go to the like baseball games or
the fair. Like I remember the
yeah,
fairs would always have them.
yeah. You couldn't just go to a convenience store and get that stuff. That was different. So no, I like that stuff still. I mean, it's fun to get every now and then. It's just, you know,
I haven't had a
you
snow
move
cone in a long
on.
time.
Yeah, you move on to bigger, better things. You know,
Like alcohol.
yeah. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Whiskey, you know, it's all right.
Whiskey in the gyro. Banana. You know what? We're gonna get a Metallica lyric in every one of our shows from now on.
I hate you. No,
Because
I'm
of
just
Dreams of Dragon Fire, we will somehow there will be a Metallica verse every episode from here on out.
And I'm gonna retort with Megadeth every time. Angry again, angry again. Ow.
That will stop me from doing it.
He said that's not Metallica.
Whiskey in a Gyro is. I know it's not their original song, but theirs is awesome. Whiskey in the Gyro. It's good, yeah.
It's not the gyro, it's the jarro.
What did I say gyro?
You said gyro.
Whiskey in the Gyro. That's a good hoagie, baby.
That's awesome. Good lyrics. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Well, welcome anyway, everybody. We have some different things we want to talk about. Quite a few things. And I think it's going to be a fun show. So stick around, invite people, tell people we're live right now. Bring them in here. We only have a couple people watching. Look at this.
Share, subscribe.
Oh, it's great Sage, man. Thanks for coming in.
Hail.
Derek. So, yeah.
You want to say something?
Go ahead. You had it like you really had something to tell me.
I did.
Okay.
But then I didn't know what you were going to say, so I didn't know if it would be better.
It's okay. Go ahead.
But now I'm really wondering what you were going to do, so it's kind of okay.
I was just going to lead us into this next segment.
That's what I was going to do.
All right.
That's what I was going to do. But now I want to see how you were going to do it.
No. No. You take us there.
Well, I was going to do, hey, Derek, have you ever cheated? But then you're supposed to say, like, if you don't say anything, it kind of ruins the transition.
I know, it really does. I'm just laughing. Have I ever cheated? So, like, cheating is weird, but I always feel guilty. So I really struggle with it. I've done it before.
No, you were supposed to answer when you cheat. Then I was going to ask you if you felt guilty then after. This is, you can't. You totally.
I just feel like I don't like to cheat, so I rarely have. You know what I mean? Like in my life when I looked, I don't like to cheat. So it really bugs me.
I completely agree. And that's why I wanted to talk about this. So the big thing, the genesis of this is because Michigan has been in trouble because they've been watching calls that other teams would make, like coaches will do signs and things so the quarterback knows. And Michigan's been like recording shit and stuff that they're not supposed to doing.
Oh my gosh.
And when you think about that in sports, but I'd say in any aspect, but especially in sports, I don't understand it. I don't understand why you would want to win because of cheating in sports.
Right.
Like, why even do it then? That's the complete opposite of what sports is about. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. And it also, your reputation is totally on the line all the time, every game, right?
Yes.
So why would you mess it up? I mean, it should be if it matters to people, but if it does, and you are on a world stage, like your national stage, I mean, if you're out there, why would you do that and bring that upon yourself? That's a lot of shame to bring onto your name, right?
I just realized we started a subject with not doing question of the week first.
No, we'll go there next. It's okay.
Okay.
We'll get there. Okay. We'll get there, Crazy Mad.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying. That's definitely from a movie. I don't know what, though. It's definitely not Talladega Nights. but it's something like that. If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
If you're not first, you're last type of deal. Yeah.
But he didn't believe in cheating. He
Yeah.
won. He always won.
It's
He
true.
never cheated.
Yeah, I don't know. I would hate the shame that it would bring you. Looking at this right here. Right?
Oh, nice.
So this is what we've been talking about.
That's a terrible image of him. Oh my god!
Really, they have a lot of those for him. But Jim Harbaugh, the University of Michigan, caught cheating. Now we know this has been going on, so this is not new news. But it just made us think. Overall, the idea of this is like, I think it's pretty terrible, really, to be honest. Now, that's of course if he really did it, but I mean, come on. Do we think he did it?
Sounds like it. Sounds like there's enough evidence. Yeah.
Right. So now, they just beat Ohio State.
And he wasn't coaching. He's suspended, I think, for 4 games, something like that.
Yeah, he coached through the week, but he couldn't coach the game. So he could coach other than the game.
How did you know that? You don't watch sports.
Yeah, I've watched enough, so I knew. And
what does that even mean?
What it means is through the week he could coach up until the game day. What do you mean?
Your statement of I watched enough. I'm like, wait, what does that mean?
Oh,
you don't
okay.
watch football, so I didn't know.
Well, I mean, I watched some things leading up to it, and then I watched the game Saturday.
So just like news. Oh, you did watch the game Saturday?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I watched it.
I watched some of it.
It was a decent game. I mean, at least they battled. But the truth is, their win is marred by this. You know what I mean?
Like it's like how many things were they prepared for that the other team wasn't?
Yeah. And look how much better it would have been if they would have beat OSU and not had that on top.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I don't get it. I just don't get, like, the only thing I get is if it's maybe for your job and you, like, not that I'm saying that I would do that, but I could see someone, they're scared they're going to get fired, so they're doing whatever they can do to keep their job.
Yeah.
But it's still, like, anything you win then is just false. Like, you're not the best, and you know it, and I would hate that. I would hate that. So I just don't understand cheating.
It totally,
not just in football, but in life. I don't get it.
Especially since it took like 5 years for him to beat Ohio State, and then when he finally did,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
it was something like that. Yeah, it was a long time.
Now he's beat him 3 years in a row, but it's like,
yep,
he couldn't even be there this year, and then you got this on top of your head. And
so those other 3 times, was it cheating that did it?
Yeah, it makes everybody question your integrity all the way through, which isn't cool.
Sports did go
sports went woke.
They did, man.
Yeah, and
the NBA got killed for it.
Yeah, and then Osgreat says ESPN's a bad joke, and to be honest, guys, cool. I'm not a sports guy, so Murph
you like
is a
baseball.
Sports guy. I do like baseball, but I don't really follow that much. I watch the Guardians, and I don't follow a whole lot except how they're doing with the games, and other than that, I really couldn't care.
I just really football. March Madness is fun with basketball, college basketball, and I'll watch the NBA playoffs. Cool. But other than that, I really don't.
Well, I do love to watch the World Series, no matter who's in it, because I think the World Series is cool. So I think it's cool to watch, but I'm not a hardcore fan. I like to watch. If people are watching, I'll watch with them, but I'm not going to be like, hey, let's watch football. That is.
I wish I was a baseball fan. In the 90s, I loved baseball. It's just so terrible.
Well,
now.
Look at that. That's a perfect example. Those guys were all found out that they had all been like doping, juicing up and cheating. So that's cheating, right? Isn't that a form of cheating?
Yeah. I'd watch MMA if it was free. They're all like on pay-per-view. So
yeah, right. So anyway, I mean, we don't have to keep harping on that. It's just something that it definitely leads into our next subject matter.
Well, and it's not just sports. Like there's cheating in tons of things. You know what I mean? Where
Yeah.
people steal and rip things off, and I don't get it. I don't.
Yeah. So we're hold on to these thoughts about cheating and about how you feel about that. But Jim says, I like baseball more than basketball or football, but haven't watched a game for a long time. Yeah.
Baseball
There
is
was a
nice
lot.
live.
Right. Lots of juicing in Pride.
Yeah, Pride is MMA, I think.
Yeah.
It's like the competition to UFC. Or it's
Yeah. I mean,
kickboxing. It's one or the other.
and that's the thing. I mean, I love MMA too. I mean, I like to watch MMA. I'd probably get into MMA probably more than other sports if I really
Hey,
took the time to do it.
here's something if you want to check on. There's a YouTube video of this guy. You know how they usually wrap their hands even when they're in boxing gloves?
Yeah.
You know how they wrap their knuckles and everything? So this one guy cheated and he didn't wrap his knuckles, and the guy he fought, his face looked like he was
Ooh,
drove over
hamburger.
by a car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. It's like hamburger, right? I mean, I know what, I
Like
just
his
know
face is
what that
terrible.
would do.
Yeah, my God.
That is
It
terrible.
was terrible.
No, nobody needs to see that, but yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. So let's hold on to these thoughts and let's move on to the next segment. We should have done the question of the week first. And that was actually what I was going to lead into, but you went ahead with the subject. So it's okay.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
It
You
is. I was
told me
going to do the
keep
question.
going. But why didn't
Yeah.
you?
Well, because you already introed it. It's all good, man. So let's go here now. So now we're going to
Set
do
up.
question
You
of the
cheated.
week. No, I didn't. Crazy Mad's question of the week. Unlimited steak or unlimited burgers for the rest of your life?
I didn't know how to answer this, but someone in the chat already had the perfect answer. Yeah,
Unlimited
that's the
steak
perfect
burgers.
answer.
Hell.
That's
That
the
is a
perfect
good answer.
That is
Although
the
I'll
perfect
say,
answer.
I don't know, man. Unlimited steak or unlimited burgers for the rest of your life.
Here's the thing. So here's the thing. I do feel like steak tastes better, but
yeah,
burgers are way more of a convenience to make on the grill. Like you got to wait for your steak. Burgers, you can get on there, easy to eat anytime. You can go to fast food and get burgers. You're not just going to, like, you got to sit down for steak. You can't walk around with it in your hand. Just, you know what I mean? You can eat a burger at work. You're not going to eat a steak at work. So I feel like the steak would be limited.
Where I have my break, I would have a steak because we can heat it up and eat it. I have a place where
You've eaten a steak at lunch at work.
I could if I had a leftover steak and brought it in. Yes, it wouldn't be a
but
thing.
Have you?
Other people have. I have not because I rarely have steaks because I can't freaking afford it.
And how many times have you eaten burgers on lunch?
Oh, a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I tend to go to burgers like a go-to, right? Like it's something you fall back to do a lot. Steaks are like special to me, and burgers are common. So man, but that's what makes it hard because to me, I want the more special thing more often. So wait, let's go back up here.
Go ahead.
Let's read Jim's. Burgers, because my teeth will probably fall out someday, and burgers would be easier to chew. That's a good one.
That's a good point.
Both are great. Tough question. That's the way I feel. It's a tough question. Look, Kick Murph, steak is 5 minutes, flip 4 minutes. Not me.
No, it's not. No,
I can't do that.
No.
That's raw.
You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch the steak. Watch the color. If it's too pink, not enough, or if it's too brown.
Now he says medium rare is best, but I'm like, I like medium well. I got to go medium well. I gotta go
I'm more in the medium. I think medium, but it's still tough. Like I don't want red, but I do want pink.
Well, that's medium well.
That means you're getting close to well done. More brown.
It's slightly pink. It's slightly
pink. Like medium. See, I think that's more of a medium, slightly pink.
Jim's losing it. He hates us. Oh, it's great.
Jim, when have you eaten a steak at lunch? When does it happen? I swear to God, it feels like every day. I'm gonna be like,
every day.
Man.
I got the grill out. Cook it up.
just
medium rare has
Pre-
the juices. Well, see, I feel like medium well,
Mhm.
you're still keeping some of that as well. You're not getting it like all the way done, but I'll go meat well done as well.
Oh
That's
man,
weird. They said
dude.
that.
Well done is almost like where it's like burnt. Yeah, like
No, it's
crisp.
not.
It's
That's ridiculous. If it's done right, well done is good. A
well,
lot.
I want to go back a lot.
No, yeah. So let's go. What do you
I,
want to
li-
go back to?
I liked what you were saying about the burgers being more convenient. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Okay. So I didn't really pick. I'm gonna probably say burger mainly because
I agree.
you can change a burger. So you can do like
Well,
cheddar on your burgers. You could
there
do
we
American
go.
cheese on your burgers. You
Mm-hmm.
can do um,
Bacon.
you can put barbecue sauce on your burgers with like a lot of
Mm-hmm.
onions, or you can
Mm-hmm.
just strip it down, keep it simple. Pickles. You can change the type of
Mm-hmm.
pickles. So there's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
things you do with a burger that you don't do with a steak.
Steak, you can use maybe a different sauce. A1 is always good at a time. You could add some onions or mushrooms on them, but there's way more with the burger.
Look at this. Jim says, when I started working at home during COVID, I cooked a lot of steak
That's
for lunch. See,
awesome.
egg on the burger.
Egg on
See,
a
so
burger.
many things you can do. I think I've had avocado on my burger.
Yep, yep, yep,
So
yep, yep.
there's so many things you can do to a burger. So it's more
Oh,
versatile.
you can even do stuff with
So
the bun. Get a pretzel bun. Pretzel
yeah.
bun on that burger.
Mm-hmm.
Steak, that ain't happening. Yeah, I'm convinced.
Yeah.
Burger all the way.
Burgers all
Burger
the
all
way.
the way.
I love steak though, but burgers all the way.
Burgers all the way.
Smashed Ava. Avocado. Okay. You can use steak a lot too. Steak salad, steak tacos.
Oh,
He's got a
steak
good point.
tacos.
He's got a good point. Yeah, you can have steak burgers too. We already mentioned that.
Cheese
So,
steak. Cheesesteak
yeah.
hoagie.
But cheesesteak, like Philly cheesesteak, that's not, I mean, isn't it kind of different than regular steak?
I've had it. I never really thought about it.
Okay.
I never really thought about it till now.
I thought it
That
was different than normal steak, but
I mean, it's definitely from a cow, whatever it is.
Okay, it's beef, whatever.
Yeah, but it is different than
Okay.
a burger or damn it, I don't know what
Right.
the hell it is now that you're saying
That's what
it.
I mean. So yeah, it's a little weird. So
But it's called cheesesteak, so I would think
right.
it's more steak than not.
It's ribeye sliced thin. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's a little different, but it's slightly different.
Okay, then it's not steak. So
Beef jerky with steak. Well, ribeye is steak.
wait, who's eating beef jerky?
Yeah,
steak?
Phillies are steak. Okay, so yeah.
Okay.
It just doesn't seem the same to me, but maybe it's because they chop it up, a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it depends on how they cook it too. If it's cooked real
Mm-hmm.
tender and good, because there's a lot of tough steak out there.
No, but the Philadelphia, dude, they're so good.
They are good.
It's like a religious experience.
Okay,
I just made my mouth water.
All right, got to move on. But we do have a subject tonight, guys. So we're gonna get off this now.
We've had
I
two
wanted to show
subjects.
you guys some things. Well, we have
Stealing and
quite a few
burgers.
things.
Oh, our logo should have been the Hamburglar.
That's awesome. Yeah, see, Jim needs a Philly. And he says Pavlov Murph.
Yeah.
You're making the argument for steak over burgers. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's move on to the subject. I wanted to share with you guys something that's I find is really creepy. And it's something that I made a comment on something. Somebody what used to be Twitter, on X, had put out there and said, "This is the music of the future." And it's AI doing music. And so I'm going to share this and let you hear it. I don't know, maybe some of you guys have heard it, but in my opinion, I think it's creepy as all get out. I can't stand it, but I'm going to let you guys form your own opinions if you haven't seen it. Let me go here. Share. Boom. So this girl right here is an AI generated person. Not real in any sense at all. You can tell when she talks, it's very distorted and weird. And she sings a song, and the song is creepy to say the least. The music is off key. I'm going into it too fast. Let me play it for you guys.
Is she looking into your soul like she is to me?
Yeah, I friggin' hate this.
I feel like Ray from Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
what's the guy's name?
I hate this.
What's the painting? Is it it's not Igor. What the hell is it? Is it Vigor or something? Remember the painting in Ghostbusters 2 that Ray gets hypnotized by?
Oh.
Is it Vigo?
It might have been Vigo. I can't remember it, but yes, I know who you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
He's got the lava flowing behind him and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't see the lava behind her? It's freaking me out.
Get back to me when she can make a sandwich. No doubt. A thing and a thing and a thing. Remember that?
It's funny because it's a woman too.
So oh my gosh. Okay, so let's play this.
But maybe not.
Oh my god. Okay. All right, let's play this and let you guys hear this for yourself.
Hello, world. My name is Anna Indiana, and I'm so excited to share my music with you. Here's my first song, Betrayed by This Town. As an AI singer-songwriter, everything from the key, tempo, chord progression, melody notes, rhythm, lyrics, and my image and singing is auto-generated using AI. I hope you like it.
Ugh. Distorted face.
What are they showing us there? What is that?
Sitting at my favorite cafe, sipping my tea, it's Saturday, thinking about all he's done to everyone.
This is a Taylor Swift song.
This town is full of broken dreams,
not as good as
shattered hopes and silent screams. Somebody please help me.
This song's
Betrayed by this town. Let's tear it all down.
What?
We're all just destined to fall. I've lost it all. Betrayed by this town.
Betrayed by this town?
Let's tear it all down.
They're gonna kill us.
We're all just destined to fall.
Woo! Okay. So, yeah. I mean, okay, faking gay.
Faking gay.
Look, Uncanny Valley, she makes me angry. I mean, the thing is...
Well, it looks like she's got like a orange in her right cheek.
So, when she talks, her face like comes out, and then her mouth goes crooked and like weird. Yeah. So that's one of the things. Did you notice at the beginning, like the key, it's out of key. So it starts off key. And then she sings, and her rhythm isn't even with the rhythm of the piano. And then when she's singing, she does this thing like, this town, she goes all the way up like this. Like all of a sudden it's this note playing instead of, people will usually slide and they'll be like, town, and they'll go, they'll go up and they'll slide. She just goes right to the note and it's there.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure that's how Megadeth sings their songs.
Right.
Right? Like a robot.
But did you hear her doing it? It was so creepy.
Yes, it was very weird.
And then to hear her lyrics, did you guys listen to the lyrics?
She keeps looking into my soul.
Let's tear the town down. She's saying, let's tear this town down. It betrayed me. Like she's saying this town betrayed me.
She was singing about the summer of love.
We're all destined to fall. So she's like, okay, so we're destined to fall. Just go with it, man. I'm going to tear this town up, and you're just destined to be with it, and I'm going to take you down with it.
So it's like the opposite of YOLO.
I feel like it's like a death dirge for some town that friggin' scorned her somehow, like scorned the AI, and she's going to freaking nuke your ass.
Wait, is she singing about something that will happen or it already has happened?
That's great. Yeah, but Megadeth's great. I love Megadeth.
Guitar solo.
No, but so this is just one of the many things that I get bothered with AI. So
this is creepy.
I mean, it's creepy. So everything they said, everything here that you're seeing was created by AI. Okay, that you're hearing, that you're seeing, and
well, a person still had to initiate it, though, right?
Yes,
like the person programs.
So the person programs it. The person basically is a prompter. They're typing in prompts.
Why does she have to look at us like this? Why can't her eyes go down?
Yeah, it's weird as hell.
It is. But like I feel like she's looking right at me.
Yeah. So okay, we don't have to keep with this, but
God.
If you guys watched Joe Sontag, hang on a minute, had something playing in my background. If you guys watched Joe Sontag's debate the other night, which I hope you guys did, and if you didn't, you should go watch it because it was actually really good. Joe did a great job.
Us cool the whole time, yeah.
Yeah, and so did Shad. I mean, Shad got a little.
Yeah, he got a little bit at time. Yeah,
but I don't think he was rude. I think I can't blame him. Like when you have everybody against you, that's going to cause you to feel attacked a little bit. So, yeah. So I got to give him props though for being still being respectful, even though everybody was totally against him. That's a hell of a thing.
That's tough to do. Yeah.
So I think he did a great job. I don't agree with him at all. I think he's wrong, but that's okay. It doesn't make me hate the guy. It just makes me go, yeah, I don't agree with you. But yeah,
I do too.
Nice guy.
I've seen him in other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So, just to get that out of the way before we talk about it, in that debate, that guy kept saying, Shad kept saying, I type in, my prompts and then the AI does it, but it takes me so much to learn what kind of prompts to type in. And it's very nuanced and okay. I can give him that. Like you do have to know coding and I just consider it coding though. You know what I mean? Like if you type in the wrong code in software, it'll change the way the software looks. It'll change how it acts. So of course it's the same kind of deal. But
so would that be the same thing? Would that be the same thing as using digital art? Like you're using a pen and it's giving you different colors. You don't actually have the paint.
Well, we'll get there to that. We'll get to that. But let's just stay on this for right now. So
sure.
I just think that you got to call it what it is. I don't consider him an artist necessarily, or if you were to call him an artist, it can't be called an artist in a traditional sense. You have to preface it with something else. You can't just preface it with AI either. I think you have to give it a descriptor of some kind that says, I'm an AI something artist, because you have to be able to shape. If you're the person shaping the AI, you're not doing it. You're just shaping the AI or corralling the AI. Does that make sense? So I just feel like you have to label it something else. You can't consider yourself a traditional artist or an artist in any traditional sense of the form, in my opinion.
But I mean, would you consider like a photographer? Or I think that's maybe I'm arguing.
Okay, he brought that up. Shad brought that up.
Yeah. Photography and film.
There is a difference though, because you're capturing a moment, an angle, a view. Not everybody's good at capturing a view.
Definitely.
And what I mean by that is there's lighting, There's things that you capture. Yes, you're hitting a button, but you're getting the shutter to close at the right moment to capture something that's beautiful, and the right photographer can do it with ease. The wrong photographers, they'll never get it.
I wish he brought up this. So what if, like, for instance, the movies we watch, like whoever the director is, like the CG, that director doesn't do it. He tells someone else what Golem should look like, and then they draw everything. And then they look at it and they like, I want this changed, I want that changed. They're directing the artist.
Dogs. Yeah,
but isn't that what kind of someone's doing with the AI tool? You're directing it to do something artistic, like you would.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a little difference though, because that's what I'm saying. I'm not taking art out because I feel like it's producing an art, and then there's an art form to learning how to do it. You know what I mean? There's an art form to prompting and to I don't know, shaping it, however you would do that. So I don't want to steal that away, because I do feel like he could probably be better at it than I have, or than I've ever been able to do with it, and that's fine. But you can't just say you're like a traditional artist at that point. It has to be a different, that's what I'm saying. It has to be called something different, rotoscoping, to me.
What is that?
Rotoscoping, it doesn't have to do with animation. Am I right about that?
I don't know.
I don't remember rotoscoping. Let me look it up real quick, because I think I might be getting mixed up with something else.
I feel like I got that AI song in my head, but it's weird because it's not like an actual song. It's like,
well, do you remember the Keanu Reeves movie where he was
where they filmed them and then they drew over them?
Yes, that's rotoscoping.
Yeah. Okay.
So what is the name of that movie? A Scanner Darkly.
Oh shit, I can't believe you got that.
Yeah. So tracing over live action, right? So that's cool, but I think it's an art, and really you're still filming the person doing these things. You're just kind of laying over like an animation over it. So I don't know. Yes, I think there's an art form to it. And it's a way to make an already existing art even more interesting.
Blue Eye Samurai, you were talking about that, weren't you?
Uh-huh.
Is that why you knew about it?
Because people were talking about it? I didn't know that's how they did it. I didn't know that's how they did it, but it's really cool that they did. Hey, Crazy Mad's back. Thanks for coming, man. You missed the question of the week.
Time. What was going on? Where were they at?
I don't know. Together. Hey, Mo, thanks for coming by. Good to see you. So yeah, I mean, for me, rotoscoping, it's an art form. And like I said, learning how to use AI can be an art in and unto itself, but I just don't consider it traditional art. So I just don't believe that you can call him a traditional artist and act like he's, fully doing all this stuff. He can shape it, but I just don't know, man. It's such a weird thing. I think it's a tool. But it's definitely not.
Could it be a time thing that it's? I know, but I don't know. I don't think it ever will. But could it just be like, this is new? Like, don't you think painters didn't like spray painting when spray painting came out? Or like, oh, that's cheating.
I don't know if it's the same though, because to me, so whatever your tool you're using, whether it's a paintbrush or a spray or something, you still got to move your arm and make it do, and then how much you spray.
When say programming the AI, you're controlling over it.
I mean, that's what he said. That's what he said. But I don't agree, mainly because the AI takes other art that already exists and pulls that and then uses.
People were making good points, because he was saying you could have it, because I think they brought up copyright, and he was saying that they just look up at pictures of cats. But then people were like, well, if it tells it to look up a dragon, it has to look up people's art, because dragons aren't real. And that's a good point. Like,
yeah,
it has to then be going off other people's art.
It has to, but when you do that, I think that now artists borrow from each other too, but when you borrow, you're using that as an influence. Musicians borrow too, but they still make something their own and they play it themselves, right? So you still got to play it, you know, whether you're holding the sticks or not, or if you're typing in a drum machine, you still got to make it do what you want it to do. But I just don't. But I don't consider the person who programs a drum machine the same as a person that can play a drum set. They're not the same thing.
What do they call them?
Just because you can feel a beat and time a beat out and play it on a machine does not make you a drummer. It makes you feel rhythm. You're a rhythmatist or a rhythmist or however you say that. So it's a completely different ball game.
Are drummers considered rhythmists?
Rhythmatists?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're a rhythm. Yeah, you're rhythm, but you're not. But that's a broad thing, right? So guitarists, there's rhythm guitar. So piano does a lot of rhythm. So it just, everybody plays some rhythm when they play music.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's just that it's just, you can't, I'm not going to call somebody who's programming a button a drummer, you know, it's not the same. Holding a stick is going to be completely different than hitting a button to make the drum sound.
I like what Mo says, like not being an artist, you're being an art director, but aren't art directors, can't you consider them artists or no?
I think you're using art and you're making an art out of it. You know what I mean? But you're not the actual creator of the art, maybe. I don't think you can give them creation credit. Doesn't have my support, but has my vitriol. Yeah, AI is gay, and anyone who uses it not only doesn't have my support, but has my vitriol. Yeah, you know, it's weird though, because Dean, I want to make a point on that too, because I feel like I'm not totally closed off to any AI. I feel like AI can be useful, and it is a good tool, but it's a tool. It's not the only way, and I don't think it should be the only way. And it is part of evolving. I do agree with that, but am I going to hone my skills on it? No, definitely not. Yeah, copyright laws are broken. So I'm not trying to have a full AI conversation, but I did want to kind of say my piece about it because I could not say it in Joe's show. I was trying to say it in the chat and could not get there.
Is Oz saying that copyright in itself is a broken law, or he's saying it's breaking? Okay.
So it's saying that you cannot copyright that material because it's borrowing it from other people. So it can't not fall under copyright law.
Okay.
So
I mean,
funny.
Welcome, Dean already hates me, so that doesn't really change whether I support it or not, awesome. Right? So might as well.
Yeah. An artist can be an art director, but being an art director doesn't make you an artist any more than being a film director makes you an actor. I mean, yeah, I feel like you're just directing the artists. You're directing the creators.
But is a film director and an actor both artists, just in different capacities?
Well, there's an art to being a director. You know what I mean? But you're still a director. You're not an artist.
Actually, what does an artist actually? What's the definition of artist?
I don't know. I've never looked up like the literal definition, but that doesn't sway me that much.
It might.
Dean says, "Why would you want to make an enemy out of me?"
So here it says a person who produces paintings or drawings as a profession or a hobby.
Shit, man. What? Wait, how did I get in the middle of this, Dean? I see how it is, Dookie, you and me after school.
Wait, yeah. Why did he get mad at you?
I don't know what I did.
What'd you say?
Still love you, Dean. No homo.
No homo.
Oh, I love that. Tools are controlled by skilled humans. AI in current day context is an abomination. And so I understand why people feel this way, because it feels like it just pops it out for you. I agree. And I felt this way about drum machines. You know, I'm a musician at heart, so I really look at the parallels of how this has gone on. And this is what I wanted to talk about too, was not just does that girl, I don't know if you guys saw this. I'm going to play this again just so these guys who just came in here sees this. I think they need to see it, man.
She's possessing my soul every time.
Go
Go into the middle of it. Go to the middle of it or the end of it.
Okay, I'll try to. Well, it's kind of in the middle right now. So this is this is what the track looks like. You can see the track here.
I know. Look at
what the different instruments are, and but when you track, that's what it looks like anyway. So,
oh, are you serious? To me, it looks like it's a mess.
Well, you don't understand it, but once you understand it and know how it lays out instrumentally, you'll. So
you're saying it's normal?
Happening. Yeah, that's normal.
Okay.
When you record digitally, this is the way tracks look, but she's just one thing here. This is the AI doing it all on its own. But I want you guys to hear some things here.
But I was lost and never found, betrayed by this town. Let's tear it all down. We're all just destined to fall. I've lost it all. Betrayed by this town.
Okay. Betrayed by this town. Let's tear it all down. We're destined to fall. That's freaking crazy lyrics. So now, yeah.
There you go.
So Stuff of Nightmares.
There you go, the Carpathian.
So the point I was trying to make with that is that she totally is. It's shit music. It's shit lyrics. It's shit everything. She's pitchy. She goes from one note to the next note all of a sudden. There's no transition. Like human voices transition to notes. She's not transitioning at all. So it's not pretty at all. It's just like that. And nobody wants to hear that. And then the keyboard's off key, everything. So this is terrible. Terrible stuff. I'll never bow to the digital waifus. Yeah. Why do you hate Jason Black's girlfriend, Dean? Crap. To be fair, it's modern pop in general. Now, okay. Now, Mo, you saying that. So a lot of people, this goes to my point. It goes right to my point because I got to get these. Oh, shit. Where'd my stuff go?
Oh, it's modern pop. Oh,
here it is. So if you guys grew up in the 80s at all, if you had any time in the 80s or 90s, actually, all the rap you heard used
I do know that.
This.
I know what that thing is. Yeah.
This is the TR-808 by Roland.
That's crazy.
Now, the TR-808.
Oh, it says it on there. I was going to give you credit.
No, I know it because when I used to mess with synths and keyboards and stuff when I was growing up, when I was younger.
Oh,
why? And then also drum machines. Because, back in the day, there was a little bit of an excitement that drums were kind of fake and you could play with them and have an electronic drum set. Now the electronic drum sets are so good, you can get them very nuanced and they almost sound like real.
Derek, did you try to rap?
No, but any rap song that you heard in the 80s and 90s, this is the machine that made those drum sounds. Okay.
Like the Marky Mark song?
Yep. Any of that stuff, anything on Beastie Boys, all the stuff like back in the 80s, man, this was the thing that generated those drum sounds. This was what the go-to was. It was the industry standard for drums, for rap and some pop music. So people have been saying, oh no, AI is going to try to take us over and it's terrible and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, but there are going to be good things. I think once we get through this initial shit, I think there will be good things that come from AI. I just don't know if we can foresee what they will be yet, for one thing. And then two, I think that it's only going to become just like this. It's a tool, but it will never replace a drummer. Okay. It can never do it because, for one thing, people want to see live drummers. Drummers are cool to watch. They're cool to see. They're cool to hear. So nothing beats, watching, Neil Peart, Tommy Lee, you name it.
Tommy Lee.
Name drummers. Yeah, name any drummer out there. Who cares? Name the drummer, but you're going to want to watch that and see this shit. So this will go for like nightclubs, but it's never going to be serious music. So that's the way it is. And that's the way it's been since the 80s and 90s, man. Like this shit's been out like synthesizers, keyboards, all that. That's all been out since
40.
the 60s, 70s. It's just not going to
50,
replace
60 years.
real musicians. Just like AI art will never replace, real artists.
It will probably replace people's jobs. Like when you think of video games, for all those people who do stuff like in the background, they'll probably just have AI do things for characters. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, the thing about AI for me is, I think it's good at getting concepts or, might be something that could flesh something out for somebody who isn't trying to be an artist, but they're trying to see something that could work. Like maybe a builder could use AI to design a house or something. I'm sure there's ways that they can visualize things before it comes out. I think it's a tool. I don't ever think it's going to go beyond being a tool. So
you're saying the word
all drummers are that cool. You're a tool. That seems so creepy, crazy mad.
Wait, what?
What do you know about Beastie Boys? They used acoustic drums live. Yeah, live they did, but in their recordings, go back and listen to recordings, man. It's all sampled stuff, and a lot of it come from this. So
I just like all the drummer hate in the chat.
Drummers aren't cool, man. What is wrong with you guys? Hey, Gene Hoglan. I know Gene Hoglan. Win. AI art will replace real artists and stuff like corporate art. Yeah, but who cares about corporate art? Really, to be honest.
What's corporate art?
Things that are mass produced.
Oh, okay.
But in my opinion, the edginess, we'll know it because it won't have an edge. It won't have a soul. We know it doesn't have a soul. As long as it's basically free, they'll use it for everything they can. Yeah, and lots of people will lose work. I mean, put people out of work, but only so much. And the ones who are, I don't know. It seems like it put a lot of musicians out of work for a while. But then whenever you look at it, you're like, well, not really. A lot of drummers really still thrived in that era. So even though they were using tools like drum machines and loops, like Fruity Loops is a thing that they use. There's all kinds of loops being used now, but really people just had to adapt to it. So instead of a drummer that would be replaced by the loop, that drummer would then go create loops, and now he has a job again creating loops. So it's about adaptation too. Once men turned their thinking over to machines in the hope that this would set them free, but that only permitted other men with machines to enslave them. Yeah. It's kind of weird, isn't it? We live just like that.
They've been warning us for the last 100 years in literature about this.
Nothing improved music more than digital samples. You think? I don't know about that. I mean, it was fun. I think it's fun to play with. I don't know if it improved it that much.
I don't know if he's being funny or not.
I don't know.
I don't know if he's being serious or being funny.
A whole genre was, played with it, rap. they're mostly samples, mostly. So
yeah, Eminem, a lot of Eminem's biggest hits are samples.
No, who cares about corporate art? Thousands of artists with families to feed. I mean, yeah, but I think once again, once those artists become, once they adapt to the changes of what AI will bring, I think they'll have those jobs right back creating that stuff. So learn to code, they said. Yeah. See, I feel like they're coders and prompters. That's really what you can call them. Most drummers are Fruity Loops. Yes. Crazy Matt's not wrong. Singers are worse than drummers. Man, singers are divas. That's what I say. Singers are divas. Used to have 2 of them in my band. Speaking of which.
I was going to say something.
So, speaking of which, let's go to the next little segment here. Okay. We're going to go now.
All right, here we go, people. Let's get this party started. And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3.
And a 1, and a 2, and a buckle my shoe.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, it's just me. So today on the count in, I just have one announcement. Ugly Tongue broke up. So for right now, there is no more Ugly Tongue. As we speak, it's done. My band has decided to part ways for now. And with that said, I take a bow. And that's it. So thanks, guys. And if you listen to us, go check us out still. We still have some stuff out there online that you can check us out with. But other than that, the band is done.
Why'd I get kicked for that? I didn't do anything wrong.
I just wanted to do the announcement. Ugly Tongue broke up. I told you not to be brutal. Awesome. I love it. What's this? I like South Park Boys Band song, Finger Bang. Or boy band song, Finger Bang. I don't know.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Yeah, wow.
I can imagine what that song's about.
Bands fight more than people on Discord. This ain't okay. So there's really a lot to this story. There was only a little bit of fighting, but really, to be honest, most of it was just. I think there was some time in there that it was time to actually like part ways. It's just stages of life, I think, is most of it. So the Ugly Tongue trailer is a Yoko Ono that destroyed the band.
Oh my god.
That's awesome.
Shit, that's funny.
That is good. I like it. No, so anyway, I just wanted to make that announcement, let you guys know what was going on. And I'm a little sad about it. I got to be honest. I want to play. I want to play music, play my drums. But who knows? Might be doing a different incarnation with the bass player or something. We'll see what happens with Donovan. So you guys have met Donovan before. Sorry to hear that, but leaves fall in the autumn and life springs back up later. Yeah. I mean, that's true, Jim. It's really funny because our band is actually split up quite a few times. We've played together for 35 years. Yeah. 35. So it's like, because of that, I know that we'll probably get back together at some point, but we're also getting older, so it makes it tougher each time. So thank you, Mo. I appreciate that, man. I mean, it's a tough thing to deal with because it sucks. I do love my band and I love being a part of it. So, but it's good for now. So, but if you guys are interested in listening, go look at Ugly Tongue Music, and you guys will be able to look us up and find us pretty quick. So, are we done at an hour? I got a bunch of gay drummer jokes yet. Well, maybe we could hear one or two before we part. How about that?
Do they know that you call your drumsticks Frank and Bill?
What?
One of them's Frank and one of them's Bill.
Oh, that's terrible. Now here's all the Frank and Bill stuff. How does it all come up at once? Tragic part will be when Dirk finds out he's been replaced by an 808. I know. Oh, I'll be so pissed. I will be so pissed.
Oh, full circle. Shit.
Terrible. Terrible. We'll put the band back together. We do a few gigs. We get some bread. Bang, $5,000. Yeah, man. I know. That's. I wish we were out gigging. That's for sure. Doing some gigs. I miss it. And that's a thing. I don't know if Donovan and I do some things, or we'll see what happens. I don't know where we're at. We have to do some talking yet because we haven't really assessed kind of where we're at. Things happened and then we're just kind of hanging. So now we got to go talk and figure out, do we want to try to do something else and, still play together, or are we going to, move on?
You always join a polka band like in Home Alone. John Candy's Polka, Polka, Polka. His big hit. You know what I'm talking about or no?
No, say that again.
In Home Alone, John Candy, he's in a music group and they're going to put her in the bus and he's like, you've never heard of our band? We sing a lot of polka songs, our big hit, Polka, Polka, Polka.
Yeah. Yes.
It's ridiculous. You could join a polka band.
Look at this. By Casey Law, Bill, Frank, and Dirk make a sandwich.
Casey Law.
I really hate it. You know, Casey came up with a
Yes, she was a monster.
awesome.
A thing and a thing and a thing.
Big in Sheboygan. Yes.
Nice.
The
Yeah,
band.
yeah.
Yes.
Polka, polka, polka.
That's awesome. No, anyway, guys, I'm glad you were here for this week. I feel like we had quite a bit to talk about, man, from cheating in sports, clear on up to the AI debate.
Well, is AI cheating?
Oh, that's a tough question, isn't it? I feel
So
like
for
if
instance,
you're going to say, I feel like it is if you say that you made that art.
So for instance,
like
say you have a drawing of two war armies fighting each other. Do you need to draw every little army guy, or could you copy and paste some of that stuff in the background? What's okay, what's not?
I think if you're saying you created it and you did it, then I think that's a problem. You know, I think if you say I prompted
well, say you drive 5 soldiers, then you copy paste them and put them next to them, and now you got 10, 15, 20. It's your it's your art that you're copying to make a bigger army than you would have to physically do it.
Well, a lot of people
Is that
do
cheating?
that.
Is that cheating?
It's kind of cheating, but I mean, it is your art. We'll get there, crazy man. We'll go back. We'll go backwards for you. Just give us a second here.
Yeah, Michigan.
So that's a good question. I haven't had time to think about that, but I think it's a little bit of cheating. Like you can do that in Clip Studio. When I draw digitally, you know, in Clip Studio, you were talking about that earlier. We never really revisited that. I feel like the thing with digital though, is I'm actually drawing on the screen and making it do what I want it to do. It's still going to have my stroke, you know?
Well, for instance, like the stuff in Lord of the Rings, they made a program for all those guys to fight. You ever watch it? Like the expended stuff? A lot of the war scenes were computer generated, where the funny thing is when they made it, a bunch of guys were running up the mountains and they're like, what did we create here that there's even people running away from war? And they're like, oh, because they didn't have anything to run at, so they were running up the mountains. But so they didn't, not, you know, even with their special effects, some of it was automated. That's back in 2000.
Yeah, I remember when they did that.
Yeah, is Lord of the Rings cheating, or Pixar?
I mean, it's kind of cheating.
Takes models and moves them
cheating,
around.
but it's still like, that's for, I guess it's background. You're not really trying to do like detailed work with that. And you're not saying, that is my drawing. I did that. You know what I mean? Like you can say, okay, I made the crowd and I was in charge of making this happen for the movie. So you do have to prompt the software, whatever you're using, to do that. But I still feel like at some point you have to take credit for only being, or you can only take credit for being a prompter coder type of person. You know what I mean? Like you didn't actually take the time to draw that out in proportion and make it correct. You just kind of hit a few buttons, you know?
I like this conversation because I really haven't made up my mind with it.
Yeah. Well, and it is tough because like I said, you know, those guys playing the beats in the drum machine, they're still hitting the beat on time and they're making it fall in the right timing, you know, to make it sound cool. Because I like a lot of hip hop beats, really, to be honest. But there's a difference between just hitting a button and playing with a stick. There's nuance, there's feel, there's, you know, it's a completely
P. Diddy wouldn't have a career without it.
Yeah, it's true. But all these drummers, that the skill that it takes for them to pull off what they pull off, and then a machine does it in 2 seconds because of a sample. And it's usually a sample of a drummer that's doing it in the studio. You know what I mean? On a microphone. And then they take that recorded sample and place that into the machine, you know? So, yeah, I mean, the digital army, you didn't build it. Someone else made it happen. The machine made it happen. So you can't really say you created it. You can just say, I did it with this software, or I made this from using this software. But I don't know if you can
just
really
worry,
call yourself an artist.
But see, I worry we go too far because it's almost like, is a carpenter just because they're holding the staple gun's what's putting the staples in? You know what I mean? Like, or the hammer's doing the work. It's not you. Like, or the wrench. Without the wrench, you'd never be able to.
The wrench, though, you're putting it on and you're cranking. It can't move without you. The staple gun is not going to go to the right place and staple unless you place it there. You know what I mean?
Good point. Mm-hmm.
But they can say that about AI too. Well, it's never going to draw this unless you tell it to. But
yes.
But the problem with that is there's still subtlety, nuance, and then what everybody's forgetting about, is the soul behind it and the edge you put on it in your own unique way. Your personality comes through. Whereas when you're doing that, there's no personality. You know?
So does that mean twins don't have personalities?
No.
They're copies.
Oh my God. Stay on subject.
It was the thought. It was a thought.
No. Peter Jackson.
I went in my head. I went from cloning to twins. That's what I was thinking in my head. Cloning.
That's ridiculous. That digital orc army.
I just don't know why Derek hates twins.
Repurposed Obama quote. Look at this.
Wait, what?
The digital orc army comment was a repurposed Obama quote.
I don't know what he's talking about. I'm totally confused here.
When we were talking about the armies in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
See, there's a difference between using a nail gun to build a shelf and telling a machine build a shelf. Hey, look, I'm a carpenter. And that's what I say. So
then you said the computer isn't going to do anything without you telling it. The same thing as a wrench ain't going to do anything.
But there's an automation difference. So there's a difference between saying, build a song or build whatever, or do this or draw this or do that. But there's a difference in actually placing the tool and doing it with it. You know what I mean? Tools are good, because otherwise you couldn't have a paintbrush or a pencil or anything really.
Couldn't do anything. Yeah, you couldn't do anything.
Yeah, else. So you have to have tools to draw and to make art. But like Mo is saying, you're placing the nail gun. You're putting it in the right spot, making it drive the nail gun in the right spot so it holds what you need it to hold, right?
How do we know? How do we know we're not making a difference between just being semantics or actual real, I guess, consequences, whether good or bad?
Because when you look at this,
with words or
because if you say, like, if something builds a shelf and he goes, "Hey, look, I'm a carpenter," well, that's not the same thing because you didn't do any of the work. You just said build this, and then the machine went and did it for you. That's not building it. You can't say you built it. There's a difference,
Well, for instance, who's the guy that did Apple? He didn't build any of those phones. He told scientists, "Hey, get me a phone that can make a touchscreen."
Right.
He's still the one that created it.
Yeah.
He gets
right. Well, and the reason I say it's more of a tool is because if you can learn how to place it correctly, I think it can be used as a very good tool. But if you don't,
how about? Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't think for itself, and it's a digital slave. It is, but I think so are the pens you use in like Clip Studio or Photoshop.
For instance, if you do the blueprints of a building, and then you're not on the construction crew, you didn't build it, but you were the one behind why it should be built and everything, and it's your building.
But you're an architect. You're not a builder. Know what I mean?
Okay, but could people say, well, how are you even an architect? You didn't lay a finger on that building. Because
all you have is the design. You don't have the actual build. You were not going to say I built that. You're going to say I designed that. So there's a difference in what you're describing.
But isn't that the same thing as the art thing? You're telling the computer what to do art-wise.
Oh,
just like an architect tells them to build it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but it's not the same. I don't call myself a carpenter if I'm not the one building it. You know what I mean? I have to have my hand on it and actually make.
But is that just semantics of saying you're not an artist using the AI art, but it's the same thing as what an architect does?
Okay, so we'll go back to this in a minute, Mo. But
Yeah.
what I think is, I don't think it's semantics. Like I said, you could even go as far as calling them an artist, but you can't call them a traditional artist. You have to call them something else. You have to have a descriptor in there to say what kind of artist they are. Because if they're going to use it as a tool and it's actually going to be doing their bidding and doing exactly where they place it and what they tell it, just like a real artist would use a digital tool, then
but
you have to call it something.
You can't really call musicians artists because the definition of artist is someone who draws or paints. That's the definition. Anything else? That's the actual definition.
That's why that's stupid. Music is art.
I agree.
So, okay. So what did we miss?
Yeah, Mo? I don't know what he meant.
Was it the nail gun one? We'll have to go back to that. Nail gun to build a shelf.
Is it the one where he says it's not a tool, it's a slave?
Oh, maybe that's it. AI does think for itself.
But I mean, the pyramids were still made by slaves. That doesn't mean someone had to come up with the design, even if those slaves built it. Like,
yeah, I don't know, Jim. Yeah, and like this, a digital tablet's a tool. AI isn't. I don't know, man. That's a tough one because I feel like digital tablets have software, they have apps, they have things in them that you use. So I don't know. I don't know if I agree fully with that. I know where you're going with it, but I don't know if I understand or if I'm totally agreeing with where you're going with it. Did I say that right? AI does think for itself. AI can be used to chip away at the leftist stranglehold over entertainment, or they can neuter it for the plebs. Yeah. Based, right? It isn't even AI. They call it AI to sell it more.
Why? What is it then?
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what you would call it. I wouldn't call them an artist. Who painted the Sistine Chapel? Michelangelo, or the dude who hired him to paint it? Right. I know there's a difference there, and that's that I agree with wholeheartedly. Yes, and the person who designed the pyramids was the designer. See, that's what I'm saying. You wouldn't call him a stone worker if he didn't work the stone. Yes. You're not an artist if you didn't draw the art. Pope Julius II is a Chad. Yeah. Well, you're not an artist if you didn't draw the art. So, and that's why I'm saying you can have an art in creating something. Whether it's being a director, whether it's being an architect, whether it's, being a musician or whatever. But if you're not actually doing it or making it, I think you're not an artist, you're something else. And that's where I stand with it. You're something else. You have to come up with a different descriptor to say what they did. So that you're true to what you actually credit or what you should be credited for,
almost like a digital director.
Yeah. Like I called it prompter software,
prompter
coder. Yeah. He prompts. They're just prompting the whole time, typing in prompts. That's all they do. So, and they're creative. Yes. They're creative without being an artist. Best I can think of now is art director.
So creative prompter.
Where I'm at. So I'm kind of on the same page with Mo, but I do think it can be used as a tool. I just think that we haven't got to see anything that we're very limited where it's at right now. But I think it'll become just like what drum machines, sequencers, synthesizers did to the music industry. I think that's what AI will do to, art. That's what I think. Maybe I'm wrong, but I see it paralleling quite a bit.
Yeah, we don't know what will be the future of it.
No, but I think there will be parallels for sure.
What's interesting is we should have showed that clip from iRobot where Will Smith is talking to the robot of being like, you can't write music, you can't write a symphony, you can't draw a paint. And then the robot goes, can you? And Will Smith can't say yes, you know what I mean? And
right.
I was like, oh man, yeah.
Yeah. For the record, I don't hate Murph. I pity him. Perfect.
That was late, though. That's like 20 minutes late.
Very
that was
late.
20 minutes late. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
But still, it works. It's legit.
Good show while I was driving. Awesome, man. Well, thank you, Dean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this has been an interesting discussion. There's so many mixed feelings, and I understand why everybody vehemently hates it, because it is a threat. It feels like a threat, and it feels like it's going to take away what people can create on their own. But I don't think it will. I don't think we will let it, mainly because we don't want it to. And because we don't want it to, there will always be people like us saying, nope, it's not art. It's not going to do that.
Well, to me, I feel like a good can come out of it where artists really make something their style, because it's then something unique. You know what I mean? Where an artist really gets into, what am I different than others, and kind of,
right.
Yes.
And I think so too. And I think that's why art will always be better, because here's the thing. When you hear a drum machine, you hear that rhythm, but it still sounds like somebody did it on a drum machine, and especially now they have those cricket beats. They got that kind of beat going on. You know what I'm talking about?
No, what the hell are you talking about?
Where the hi-hats are like, it's got that real fast cricket. It sounds like a cricket to me. But
what's wrong with that?
You can just tell that it's made by a machine and that it's been played through a drum machine.
I can't. I don't have ears like that like you do.
But when you listen to a drummer play, he's not going to play a beat like that. He'll play it differently. He may play something fast, but it's not going to sound like
can't.
That.
It's too fast. Like a person can't.
It's a little bit inhuman. Yeah, it's very inhuman, and it's missing soul. It's missing an edge.
Can you give me a song that does that, so I know what you're talking about?
Pick any like new rap song, and it's doing it. And it's doing it.
Like Post Malone does it?
Yeah, he's definitely got it. Yes.
Okay.
You'll hear these real fast on the hi-hat,
Yeah. Okay.
And it's super fast. And I'm like, it's all over the place. It's not even like, it's really kind of stupid the way they play it, but they play it, and it's not like a real drummer would ever play or approach a song. So that's how it's like,
I like what Mo says here. I much rather the robots focus on art than bullets and guns. If the drones stick to art, that's way better than them. You know what I mean? Like making their own guns.
Yeah. Let me get there. Hang on. Where's he at? Where does it say that? What quote were you just saying? Kevin?
What?
What quote were you just saying?
What
from
quote?
Mo? Was it Mo? Is that what you were talking about? This one here?
Well, he just put he didn't care about people losing their jobs, but yeah, he talked about.
Oh, okay, I missed it.
That made me think of AI making bullets and stuff. Yeah, they can make art as long as they stop killing us with machines.
Yeah, well, and that's what scared me about this woman, this AI figure singing about this town. She's like, I'm gonna tear down this town. Like she's like, they wronged me, so I'm gonna burn it down, I'm thinking to myself, okay, way to scare people with the AI,
So you're saying the robots are liberal.
Right.
They're democratic.
Right.
Burn it all down.
Yeah. Too fast, too furious. Yeah, it just repeats over and over again. You can notice it. Yeah, right. It sounds like crickets to me. It's super fast. I hate it. Synthwave, yeah. Vaporwave is best. Hail Viper.
I don't know what's that.
Who the hell's Kevin?
Yeah.
I said Kevin instead of Murph. Sorry, guys.
Have you never called me Kevin on this? Do people not know?
Yeah, they know you're Kevin Murphy. Come on.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
I wasn't saying I don't care about people losing their jobs. I'm just saying there are even worse likely outcomes. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that, Mo. But there's change too. So change is inevitable. Happened to musicians, and it's going to keep happening to artists too. So,
Well, it happened to people on assembly lines that robots replaced them, right?
yeah,
How many
automation.
jobs have-
Automation
yeah.
is definitely there. Sounds like crickets to me. Is Dirk talking about AI percussion or the crowd at an Ugly Tongue show?
Oh, too soon. Too soon. Oh,
Too
does Mo,
soon, Mo.
wait, was Mo
No, it's all good.
here? Was Mo here when you said that Ugly Tongue died?
Yes.
They were okay.
They didn't die.
Derek killed them all. They had a meeting and he axed them all to death.
You're gonna have a whole different thing going on here. They didn't die. We just stopped playing
They
music
didn't
for
die. They were murdered.
Oh man. No, they weren't.
You know what? We should have. It's Christmas and we don't have a Christmas topic.
Who needs it?
The Santa cheat with using Christmas magic.
Maybe.
Think about it.
Oh, there's gonna be so many
bastard.
like AI Santa Clauses coming out. It's gonna be sickening.
He'll get all these different Santas from like every culture, so he's not a white guy anymore. He's just like,
Oh, sheesh. It's crazy. Ugly Tongue is DED. Love it. Okay, well, that's all I got, guys. I mean, for me,
why did we have blue light special on the bottom the whole effing time?
Because we were talking about blue light specials at the beginning. Are you kidding me?
I can't believe I challenged you about blue lights in real life. First of all, you've got blue lights in your room right now and blue lights on a police thing, and you never came up with anything. It's ridiculous.
I didn't have to.
What
all
are
I
the
had
lights?
to talk about?
You have
was
green,
Kmart.
red, and blue lights going off on your face. What is going on?
I just have a light changing colors, and it's nice. I like it. Yes, Mo, you missed the blue light special discussion.
Mm-hmm.
We went back to that again. And Murph still doesn't know what a blue light special is after all these years.
I just don't believe it. I think it's fake news. I don't think it ever happened.
The picture is in our intro, and you still think it's fake news.
Dude,
what is wrong with you?
What is that called? Where people believe something happened, but it didn't? What the fuck is that called?
Ooh, yeah.
Like with movies and TV commercials, you're like, it's the guy. It's called the guy that was in prison in Africa, the black guy, his name. Because people thought he was dead, but he wasn't dead. And they used his name.
Mandela effect. Yes.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yep.
It's a Mandela effect. There was no blue light special. You guys are just remembering shit.
Red light district special is greater than the blue light special. But the
Sting
Mandela
sings
effect.
about that. Sting sings about that red light. You don't have to put on red light. Right?
Yikes,
that's prostitution.
Man. Yeah. It was Nelson Mandela, by the way.
That's not Sting that sings that?
No, Nelson Mandela for the Mandela effect, you weirdo.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure that was Sting.
Yes, Sting
Mandela
and
had
the
pipes
police.
like that. Oh, it was the police. It wasn't Sting by himself. Did not know that.
Right. It was Sting in the police. A Mandela effect would be if it was the green light special, but everyone remembered it being blue, not something just totally made up out of whole cloth. Yes, that is true. That is correct, Mo. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Yeah, but so the blue light special was real. And I told you I grew up going to Kmart, seeing blue light specials all the time. But they did have a light at Meijer, and it was a lot like the blue light special. It just wasn't blue.
It was yellow.
It was like yellow or orange or something like that. Yep. Happened. So they still go back to that every now and then. Stores will still use it. Shazam is real, damn it.
Dude, I can remember him, Sinbad. Yeah, that is weird. I remember that. Sinbad being a genie. There's crazy ones. Too. Like, I swear, when Neo meets Agent Smith, where they capture him instead of him leaving the building outside the window, that Agent Smith says, "We've been watching you," but that is not in the movie anymore. Like it's, and other people say, "Yeah, that definitely happened there," and it's not. And people say it never existed. We've been watching you, Mr. Anderson. They say it never happened, and I swear to God, I remember that.
Well, yeah, I remember that too.
When he throws down the file and their first meeting, and then that's the part where then his mouth doesn't move.
Watching you, Mr. Anderson.
That doesn't exist. You can't.
That doesn't. No way.
No. Yeah, I know. Isn't that fucking crazy? I know.
Yeah,
There's nothing. You YouTube it. It's nowhere. It's not. And it's like I watched that movie like 25 times. It's got to be there.
It's got to be there.
We've been watching, and that's not a deleted scene. That's not in other parts of the movie. Right then and there. Like he never says it. You cannot find that actor saying that, which drives me nuts. Because I swear to God it happened.
You feel like somebody went in your brain and picked it out.
Watching you know what I mean? You, Mr. Anderson. That never happened? No, it did. Because it's in my head. It definitely happened. Mandela!
Mo says, I don't remember the Sinbad Shazam movie, but I do remember the Berenstain Bears.
Dude, seriously. That's one too. That really is. There's some crazy one. There's some crazy ones out there, like Fruit Loops. How it's spelled.
Wait, tell me about the Berenstain Bears. What am I missing? What was there
it's
that we don't think
different? There's like Berenstein or Berenstein.
Yeah,
I don't remember anyone ever calling Berenstein, but it's like spelled. What other ones are there? There's a bunch. There's like 20.
But
there's like 20 big ones. But the Matrix one, the Looney Tunes.
I knew that. That's easy though. All you have to do is watch the cartoons. But
you don't remember it being a different way than what it is?
No.
Merry
Melodies. That's what I remember. Ba 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 ba.
Remember when Han used to shoot first?
Yep.
Han used to shoot first. Never happened.
So he remembered. Mo says, I remember debating with my teacher whether it was pronounced Berenstein or Berenstein, and now it's Berenstain. Wow.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
It's all just people with bad memory. That's true. But I feel like the Matrix thing might have been plucked right out of my brain.
Dude.
Because I remember that.
Yes.
I can hear him and see him in my brain.
Yes.
Neo.
Yes. It drives me nuts.
Watching you.
I thought it was a joke. Like when I heard that wasn't real, I thought it was like a joke. Like, no, that's in the movie. And I searched. I could not find it. And I'm like, I've watched it. I own it. And I'm like, no, that's he says it. He definitely says it.
It's just AI messing with your head.
It doesn't exist.
It's AI.
It doesn't exist.
Messing with your head.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing. When I had my colonoscopy and you wake up from that, you wake up like in the middle of already being up. And I'm like, is this real? Like,
why are we talking about your colonoscopy?
Because you wake up, but you're not awake yet. So when you actually wake, you're in the middle of talking.
Okay.
Like I was talking to the doctor, and that's when I woke up, and I'm like, we've been having a conversation. The doctor's like, yeah, for 5 minutes. And I'm like, am I still dreaming? She's like, no, you're in the real world.
You did that.
What?
That's really strange, man.
What?
Well, first off,
you're talking about having a conversation with the doctor, and
talking about your colonoscopy, and then having the doctor conversation.
It's normal to have it's not like I'm a friggin' weird person for having a colonoscopy. What the hell? Why are you medically shaming me?
I'm not. I've had colonoscopies myself.
Well, you asked.
Never had that.
Look forward to them.
I've never had that experience, though, Murph.
You've never woken up from the anesthesia and not be awoke yet?
No, because if I wake up, I wake up. You don't wake up and wake up.
I'm like awake for 5 minutes, but I'm not conscious. And then I'm just there. And it's like...
That's like your normal state. What's the difference?
You don't remember you don't remember falling asleep, and then when you wake up, you don't remember waking up, and it's a total mind fuck. It's like, is
like
this
the best
real?
sleep I ever had.
No, it is a great fucking sleep. It is amazing sleep. Dude, if I was rich, that's how I'd sleep every night. Just put that sucker on me. They count to 10, and it'd be 10, 9, and you are gone. I was like so nervous, and I'm like, what if I can't fall asleep? And she's like 10, shit. But I'm like, why won't you answer my? And then it's just gone. And then I wake up and I'm talking to the lady about wanting to have a steak, and she's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, what is going on, lady?
Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous.
And
here she is staring holes.
Dude, she really is looking into my soul, and I don't like it. I don't like it.
Smokey the Bear.
Oh, is there a Smokey the Bear thing? There might be.
Maybe. No, but I often fear telling hot nurses or doctors the things you shouldn't say out loud. Right. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've had that kind of stuff, man. I haven't said things that I shouldn't say, but I have done things that I wish I wouldn't have done. Like, you know, they make you go to the bathroom. Like, I had knee surgery one time, and they gave me I forget. They gave me an epidural for I had a surgery. I can't remember. And you have to go to the bathroom before you get out of there.
Simpson.
Well, it's crazy because when they give you an epidural, like your whole bottom half is done, man. Like you have no feeling. So
I've never had
they make
that.
you go they make you go to the bathroom before you go. And so I was starting to get feeling in my legs. So I was like, okay, I think I can get up and use the bathroom now. Only hell no. I still was, it was like a deer being born. You know what I mean? You stand up and you're like, and you're like ready to just fall down. And so as soon as I stood up, dude, I lost.
That's a great illustration.
I lost everything. And I mean, I lost it all in front of nurses.
You like crapped on the floor?
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, it was terrible. It was so bad.
Did that mean crap got on your feet? Like,
it was everywhere. It just splattered everywhere. Dude, what do you do? Couldn't feel nothing.
Oh man.
Oh, it's too funny.
Well, when I had the COVID, I had 103 fever, so I was starting to hallucinate a little bit. So when they took me in for a CAT scan, they gave me a shot, and they're like, "You're gonna feel warm." And dude, I felt so warm, I thought I peed my pants. I was just like, I think I might have accidentally peed myself. And the lady was laughing at me, and I'm like, oh my god, I think I just peed in your really expensive machine.
So look at this. Mo says, "Oh, I looked it up. Now he was always just called Smokey Bear. Thanks, CERN."
Yeah, see?
Don't bring CERN into this.
See?
CERN is terrible.
There are these things that existed.
Yeah, look at this. Jim says, you don't know that you haven't said things if you were out. That's true. I don't know, but all I can say is I don't have a story.
Well, the doctor told me I was having a conversation with her for 5 minutes. And I'm like, Doc, I just got here. She's like, no. We've been talking.
It was like a deer being born. I thought Dirk was talking about a giant turd coming out, not being jittery on his legs.
I can't breathe. I'm laughing so hard.
Oh, that is so good. It is a true story. Oh my god. One of the most embarrassing moments in my life, I will tell you.
Dude, how big a baby deer is though? So your turd would have like wiggling legs and crap. It'd be like a balloon animal.
Oh shit.
You know, you got wobbly legs.
Hey, Red Dress Press. How's it going?
Oh shit.
Sugar.
We probably should end the episode because Mo made me lose it. I am in like,
I know.
I'm like in drunk mode. Like, just
Osgreat.
I'm out of it.
Osgreat says Murph's turtle heading confirmed.
dude. How do you talk about a baby deer like it was a deer?
Oh, you gotta love it. Oh shit. That was good.
Shit. That's
Oh,
how
man.
That's what our character, what's his name's turn should look like deers. What's his name?
Gosh.
What's the guy's name that Mo made up? The retarded guy that there's 3 of them and they roll down the hill. I can't think of his name. I told you I'm gone. I'm gone, bro.
He's
what
prairie
is-
dogging it for sure.
what's
Doing
the
great.
stupid
Thanks. All
guy?
right. So, guys,
What's the
this
stupid
was a
guy's
fun
name?
show.
What's that guy's name? I can't think of it.
I
Trump
don't know.
or Stump? Who's our mascot that we're supposed to make a video of?
It's Juke. It's on here.
I called him Trump. It's Juke.
All right, guys, we gotta go.
Oh,
Murph is
Juke.
upset. Upset, I
Juke.
say.
Juke
No.
craps out baby deers.
All
That
right.
wiggle frantically. Oh,
Guys,
my
thank you for
God.
coming in. Chris, I'm sorry you came in
Oh.
so late, but it was good having you back on the
Oh.
show. Thanks for coming in here. We are going to call it a night on this one.
I can't stop. Oh.
Murph is out of control. That is for sure. So we're going to go ahead
All I
and end
get
it here.
pictures you with your legs wiggling.
Oh my God. We will see you guys next week. Have a
shit.
great
I'm
week,
so
guys.
sorry.
We'll see you
Oh.
soon.
Murph and Dirk and Dirk and Murph and Murph and Dirk and Dirk.